Once Nancy finishes the ice fishing challenge, this is what happens. Yeah. Whoa. Uh-oh. That's not good.
Oh my gosh. Whoever threw that ice ball at me must have set off an explosion that shattered the ice. And my jacket's gone. No wonder I'm so cold.
Fortunately, the wolf has come with help. Somehow, the wolf found a jacket and took it here for Nancy. Thanks, Mr. Wolf.
I need to make it to shore by jumping from icicle to icicle and put on that coat before I freeze to death.
Alright, so this is a challenge, sort of like the challenge at the end of Nancy Drew, Creature of Kapu Cave. You just want to jump from thingy to thingy in hopes of reaching the exit. Alrighty. Uh-oh, that's not good. Alrighty, come on, Nancy, you can do this. Alrighty, way to go, Nancy. Just in time.
I don't know what this is or why that wolf left it here, but at least now I won't freeze to death. Ah, warm again. There's a note in one of the pockets.
Ooh, is it a note from the wolf? No, I guess the wolf didn't write us a note.
Since I can't go back the way I came, maybe these tracks will lead me to shelter.
So we follow the wolf tracks, and we reach Avalanche Ridge.
Avalanche Ridge. Not exactly reassuring.
Now here you want to step forward 2 times. 1.
The snow's so deep, I'm sinking up to my knees.
2.
If I want to follow those tracks, I'm gonna need some snowshoes.
Nancy mentioned snowshoes, so this is your clue that you need to get snowshoes.
Ski tracks. Probably Yanni's. I bet if I follow them, I'll wind up back at the lodge.
And it's getting cold, so I'm going to use a toasty pack. And then Nancy follows the ski tracks. So here we are back at the lodge, and if you ever want to go back to Avalanche Ridge, you just take that path. This one right over here. I need another toasty pack, so I'm going to fight Freddy the Snow Princess.
You can't pass until you have proven yourself in battle.
Really, Freddy? I've defeated you like 3 times already.
Cha! You win. Heads up.
Alrighty, and she gives us another toasty pack. Alrighty. Time to go back inside.
I feel warmer already.
Alright, nice and warm. Now, I believe we have a pair of snowshoes right over here. But I don't know the combination. So I think what we have to do is call Chantal and ask her what the combination is. Hopefully I'm remembering things correctly, because I think this is what we're supposed to do. I might have forgotten. There might be another step we have to take.
Hello?
Hi, it's Nancy Drew.
Did you ask Yanni about using his picture yet?
Yes, but he said no.
Darn. Well, thanks for trying.
I think I'm onto something, but I desperately need snowshoes. Could you give me the combination to the lock on the display case so I could use the ones in there?
I certainly can, but I'm not going to until you do something for me.
Uh-oh.
Like what?
I'm going to fax you a survey that Tino came up with. He says you're to fill most of it out by observing the people staying at the lodge, rather than just asking them the questions outright. He says that would put them on their guard. When it's all filled out, fax it to Tino. The results will help him come up with a profile that will help you to determine which of our guests is responsible for the accident.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Excellent. I'm faxing it to you even as we speak. In fact, it's done. So why don't you go get it right now? I'll wait.
Great.
Seriously?
I just hope the questions aren't too dumb.
They still have fax machines in Canada?
Got it.
Good. Now remember, when you're done filling it out, fax it directly to Tino. And he wants you to call him before you do so he can turn his machine on.
Oh, well, Tino's in the United States, so wait, they still have fax machines in the United States too?
You'll hear from me again later.
Good. Talk to you soon.
Haven't these people ever heard of email? Oh boy. Okay, so let's see what the survey is. What side of the bed does the person get up from? Hometown? Planet they identify with? Do they like paprika? Okay, well the information for hometown is right over here. So let's write this down. Okay, Yanni. Yanni comes from Eladsayet. Eladsayet. Whoops. Eladsayet. Guadalupe comes from LA. Lou comes from Brea.
It would be a waste to open this now.
It would? Okay. And Bill Kessler comes from Bill Kessler. Toronto! Alright, Toronto. Now we just need to talk to everybody and ask about their favorite planets. Alright, Guadalupe, you there?
Yes? If I were to ask you which planet you most identify with, which one would you say? Earth. No, wait. Make that Venus. No, Earth. No, actually Venus. No, Earth. No offense, dear, but that's a very silly question. Tell me about it.
Well, for a silly question, you really seem to be taking it seriously.
Well, I'd better stop bugging you and get to work. Au revoir.
Au revoir. Whoa,
Is this yours?
what's this? Looks like some sort of bullet.
What, that bullet? Don't be silly. Why would I be carrying ammunition around? It kind of looked like it dropped out of your pocket. Well, since it was never in my pocket, that's impossible now, isn't it? It was probably lying there on the floor all along, and you just happened to kick it into view, that's all. This did used to be a hunting lodge, dear. I wouldn't worry about it.
Interesting.
Well, I'd better stop bugging you and get to work. Ta-ta!
Okay, I'm going to finish with this storyline about Guadalupe in a moment, but first, let's ask these two characters here what their favorite planets are.
What's up?
I was just wondering, what planet do you most identify with?
Planet X.
I'm sorry, I meant in our solar system.
Planet X?
But there is no Planet X.
There will be.
So, you identify with Planet X.
Planet X. That's my answer, and I'm sticking to it.
Alrighty.
Would it be alright if I borrowed your snowshoes?
No.
Oh.
I don't really have to borrow yours. Any old pair would do.
Well, in that case, no. What's the matter with you? Afraid of cooties? Let her use your snowshoes. I've only got one pair, and they're like precious, you know? Sorry, dude, the answer's no. What can I say?
Well, good luck with the game.
Rock and roll.
Alright.
Nancy, hi! What the heck happened out there?
I don't know what happened out there. I don't know, Bill.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? I walked out to Icicle Lake to see how you were doing in the fishing shack, only there wasn't any fishing shack. There wasn't even a lake. The ice was all busted up like somebody dropped a bomb on it.
All I know is, after I caught that 2-foot northern pike, I walked outside and someone knocked me unconscious with an ice ball. The next thing I knew, there was an explosion and I was on an ice floe in the middle of the lake with no coat and no fish.
Somebody decked you with an ice ball and blew up the lake? Holy moly!
Probably you. Couldn't stand the thought of losing to a girl.
Ooh.
Har. The good news is you're okay. The bad news? No more ice fishing.
No more ice fishing? You know, that sounds like the good news.
I know this is going to sound like a strange question, but what planet do you most identify with?
I guess it would be Mars. You know, that whole god of war thing?
I should have known. Well, I'll let you get back to beating Lou.
Drop by any time.
Alrighty. So let's write down some of these answers. Earth, Planet X, Mars, and Yanni's answer is Pluto. We're going to ask him later on, though. I just know the answer because I played this game before. And the plotline about Guadalupe is this. Inside the ice fishing shack, we found this, Birds of the Southwest. So we're starting to think, was she inside the ice shack before it exploded?
Yes?
After all, she's the only person who likes birds, right?
Do you want a book about birds of the Southwest? I might. Why do you ask? Because I found a piece of a book cover in the fishing shack, and since it was about birds, I wondered if it was yours. No, it's not from any book I have. I've never been in the ice fishing shack, so how could it be? You used that bullet I found on the floor to alter the sights on Ollie Randall's rifle, didn't you? What? That's so ridiculous. It's laughable. You did it because you're a member of Run and Grow Free, and you're trying to protect the wolf at any cost, aren't you? Look at me. Do I really look like some kind of wildlife fanatic? I never judge books by their covers, Miss Camillo. Look, I don't want to see anything happen to that wolf either. If you belong to Run and Grow Free, just tell me. I'm good at keeping secrets, believe me. You're right. I am a member of Run and Grow Free. I did make sure that brute would miss if he took a shot at the wolf, and I will do whatever it takes to protect that beautiful creature. Does doing whatever it takes include shutting down Icicle Creek Lodge? No. What else have you done to protect the wolf? That's all I'm going to tell you, Nancy. And if you really are concerned about the wolf's welfare, you won't repeat any of this to anyone.
Alrighty, so that's the backstory for Guadalupe Comillo. She's secretly working for an animal rights agency.